Coco Gauff just admitted the one thing a world number 5 never wants to say: I haven't showed up. 2 days ago in Doha, the American superstar didn't just lose, she unraveled, falling 6-4, 6-2 to world number 57 Elisabetta Cocciaretto. Gauff's forehand, a shot she's been desperately trying to fix with coach Matt Daly, completely broke down. We're talking 39 unforced errors in just 18 games. But while the US media is mourning Gauff's slump, a massive door just kicked wide open 400 miles away in Dubai. Because of a string of high-profile withdrawals from Naomi, Osaka, and Madison Keys, the Philippines' own Alexandra Eala has just been catapulted directly into the Dubai main draw. Today, we're breaking down the mechanical failure behind Gauff's slump and why the Eala era is officially arriving in the UAE. Let's get into the details the mainstream highlights missed. First, look at Elisabetta Cocciaretto. She was a lucky loser. She actually lost her final qualifying match to Varvara Gracheva, but got in only because McCartney Kessler withdrew with a back injury. In her post-match interview, Cocciaretto admitted something hilarious. She's playing better because she's distracted. She's been glued to the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy, cheering for her close friend Sofia Goggia, who just claimed a historic medal at Cortina. Cocciaretto admitted she's been FaceTiming the Italian ski team for mental tips, adopting what she calls a skiing mentality. She wasn't just hitting tennis balls, she was attacking the court with the same zero-fear approach as a downhill racer on a mountain. Compare that to Gauff. Coco landed 80% of her first serves, but it didn't matter. Her second serve was a disaster, winning only 5 out of 20 points. This technical regression is shocking because she recently replaced coach Matt Daly with Gavin MacMillan specifically to fix these service yips. The turning point? A brutal 33-shot rally at 3 versus 3 in the first set. Cocciaretto won it with a clinical backhand, and Gauff's spirit seemed to vanish. Gauff admitted she tried to be aggressive but hit errors, then tried to be passive, and Cocciaretto just crushed it. It's a total tactical checkmate. Now, let's pivot to the news that has the Philippines buzzing. Alexandra Eala. On Monday, February 9th, she officially entered the world's top 40 for the first time in history. Even though she had a tough loss in Doha to Teresa Valentova, her new ranking has changed her life. Because Osaka and Keys are officially out of Dubai as of today, February 12th, the tournament organizers gave Eala a direct spot. This is huge. Eala is no longer fighting through qualifiers. She is walking through the front door of a WTA 1000 event as a legitimate threat. Cocciaretto wasn't even supposed to be in the main draw. She entered as a lucky loser after McCartney Kessler withdrew, despite having fallen in qualifying to Varvara Gracheva. Mentally, though, she played fearless tennis. She's been immersed in the energy of the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy, supporting her friend Sofia Goggia, and said she adopted a downhill skier's mindset. Commit fully, no hesitation, attack the slope. That mentality translated directly onto the court. She stepped inside the baseline, redirected pace early, and forced Gauff into rushed decisions. While Gauff hesitated, Cocciaretto accelerated. And while American media debates whether this is just a slump, something massive is unfolding 400 miles away in Dubai. After withdrawals from Naomi, Osaka, and Madison Keys, a huge opportunity has opened up at the Dubai Tennis Championships, and it benefits Alexandra Eala. Fresh off breaking into the top 40 for the first time in her career, Eala now walks directly into the main draw of a WTA 1000 event without grinding through qualifiers. That's a career shift. The fast courts at the Dubai duty-free tennis stadium favor aggressive flat hitters, and Eala's left-handed ground strokes thrive on quick surfaces. A deep run here could push her toward the top 30 before Roland Garros, altering seedings and reshaping expectations. Meanwhile, Gauff has now endured multiple early exits in Doha, and another stumble in Dubai could put her top 5 ranking under real pressure. So this is the crossroads moment. One player searching for technical stability and confidence, another. Coco Gauff just said something no world number 5 ever wants to admit. I haven't shown up. And after what happened in Doha, that statement feels bigger than just one bad night. At the Qatar Total Energies Open, Gauff didn't just lose a match, her game completely unraveled. A straight sets defeat to world number 57 Elisabetta Cocciaretto exposed technical cracks that have been building for months. 39 unforced errors in just 18 games. That's not nerves, that's structural breakdown. The forehand, the very shot she's been rebuilding with biomechanics specialist Gavin MacMillan after separating from former coach Matt Daly, completely collapsed under pressure. Ball sailed long, cross-court angles missed by inches, timing looked late, and while her first serve percentage sat at an impressive 80%, the hidden stat tells the real story. She won only 5 of 20 points behind her second serve. At the elite level, that's a red flag you can't ignore. The turning point came at 3-all in the opening set during a brutal 33-shot rally. Cocciaretto finished it with a clean backhand winner, and from that moment, Gauff's body language shifted. The shoulders dipped, the hesitation crept in. She later admitted she didn't know whether to stay aggressive or pull back, and that indecision became tactical paralysis. But here's what makes this loss even more shocking. Coco Gauff just delivered the kind of confession you almost never hear from a player sitting inside the top 5. She said she simply hasn't been present when it matters. And after her latest performance in Doha, it's hard to argue otherwise. At the Qatar Total Energies Open, things didn't slowly drift away from her. They spiraled. A straight sets defeat to Elisabetta Cocciaretto wasn't just an upset on paper, it was a match that exposed deep technical instability. 39 unforced errors across 18 games tells you this wasn't about luck, wind, or bad bounces. It was about timing, mechanics, and confidence, all breaking down at once. The forehand, the shot she's been reconstructing with biomechanics specialist Gavin MacMillan after ending her partnership with Matt Daly, looked fragile under sustained pressure. Contact points drifted, follow-throughs tightened, rally tolerance shrank. Even though she landed a high percentage of first serves, the second serve became a target. Winning just 5 of 20 points behind it created constant scoreboard pressure, and at this level, that's fatal. The emotional swing of the match came during a grueling extended rally midway through the first set. When Cocciaretto sealed it with a clean winner, the momentum visibly flipped. From that moment on, Gauff appeared reactive instead of proactive, unsure whether to dictate or defend. That hesitation became the difference. What makes this result even more striking is that Cocciaretto wasn't originally slated for the main draw. She entered as a lucky loser after McCartney Kessler withdrew, despite falling in qualifying to Varvara Gracheva. But mentally, she competed.
Goggia, she embraced a fearless, downhill-style approach. Attack first. Doubt? Never. She stepped inside the court, redirected pace early, and refused to give Gauff rhythm. While Gauff searched for answers, Cocciaretto imposed questions, and as analysts focus on Gauff's inconsistency, a major opportunity has emerged at the Dubai Tennis Championships. With withdrawals from Naomi Osaka and Madison Keys, the competitive landscape shifted dramatically, creating a pathway for Alexandra Eala. After climbing into the top 40 for the first time in her career, Eala now enters a WTA 1000 main draw without navigating qualifying rounds. That elevation signals trust from the rankings system and places her directly on a bigger stage. Yet, the pace of play at the Dubai duty-free tennis stadium favors bold, flat ball strikers, and Eala's left-handed patterns are well-suited to quick conditions. A strong week could move her closer to the top 30 ahead of the clay season, shifting both seeding math and perception. Meanwhile, Gauff's recent early exits have introduced vulnerability into what once looked like a stable top 5 position. This is the pivot point. One athlete recalibrating under scrutiny, another accelerating with momentum and opportunity. If their paths intersect in Dubai, it won't just be another early round match. It will feel like a measuring stick for where each career currently stands. Coco Gauff just voiced the truth that elite players usually keep behind closed doors. She admitted she hasn't been bringing her best to the court. And after her latest outing in Doha, that honesty carries weight. At the Qatar Total Energies Open, her performance didn't gradually slip, it fractured. The loss to Elisabetta Cocciaretto wasn't just an upset by ranking standards, it was a revealing snapshot of a player wrestling with her own technique. Nearly 40 unforced errors in under 20 games signals something deeper than a rough afternoon. It points to instability in shot production, rhythm, and decision-making. The forehand, currently under reconstruction with biomechanics consultant Gavin MacMillan after her split from Matt Daly, looked hesitant and overthought. Instead of flowing freely, it appeared mechanical and tense, especially in extended rallies. Although her first serve percentage remained respectable, the vulnerability behind her second serve became a recurring pressure point, allowing her opponent to step in and dictate play. Momentum shifted during a marathon exchange midway through the opening set. When Cocciaretto punctuated that rally with a decisive winner, the psychological tide seemed to turn. Gauff's assertiveness diminished and uncertainty crept into her shot selection. She oscillated between forcing the issue and retreating into safety, which only magnified the imbalance. Cocciaretto, meanwhile, competed with clarity and conviction, entering the draw as a replacement after McCartney-Kessler withdrew, despite having lost in qualifying to Varvara Gercheva. She embraced the opportunity with zero hesitation, drawing inspiration